How to make any woman miss you badly. If she's not interested, mastering self-control, focus, and overcoming destructive emotions. There is an invisible dance that occurs between people, especially between a man and a woman. Attraction, connection, and longing are not driven solely by words or physical actions, but by something far deeper. Often, men believe that to make a woman miss them, they must actively chase, persist, and demand attention. But what if I told you that the true way to make any woman miss you, even if she's not interested, begins with mastering yourself, your self-control, your focus, and your ability to overcome destructive emotions? This is not about manipulation. This is not about tricks or mind games. This is about becoming so centered in yourself, so focused on your own path, that your absence becomes more powerful than your presence. It's about creating a magnetic force, an energy that draws her towards you without you needing to chase. And to create this energy, you must first conquer the chaos within. The journey you are about to embark on will not be an easy one. It requires discipline, introspection, and a deep understanding of human nature. But once you grasp these concepts, not only will you have the ability to make any woman miss you, but you will also gain mastery over your life, your emotions, and your relationships. So, let us begin this journey, a path where the key to unlocking her longing for you lies in the mastery of yourself. The foundation of desire. Self-control. To make a woman miss you, you must first master the art of self-control. In a world that constantly tells us to react, to chase after what we desire, self-control is a rare and powerful quality. The man who can restrain his impulses, who can hold back when others rush forward, becomes a man of intrigue, a mystery that others want to unravel. When a woman is not interested, the natural instinct is to chase, to prove your worth, to demand her attention. But this instinct is destructive. It reveals your neediness, your lack of control over your desires, and it only pushes her further away. Think of it like this. The more you grasp at something, the more it slips from your fingers. But when you let go, when you allow space to exist, suddenly it becomes something worth wanting. Self-control is the ability to resist the temptation to act out of desperation. It's the power to walk away, not in anger or frustration, but with a quiet certainty that your value does not depend on her immediate interest. When you master this, you shift the dynamic entirely. You are no longer the pursuer. You become the one who is pursued. Control over desire creates an air of mystery around you. People are drawn to what they cannot fully understand, to what they cannot predict. When you demonstrate that you do not need her validation, you plant a seed of curiosity in her mind. Why isn't he chasing me? Why isn't he trying to win me over? That seed grows in the space you leave behind, and soon your absence will be felt far more than your presence ever was. The silent force of focus. The second element that makes you magnetic, even to a woman who may not be interested at first, is focus. In a world of distractions, a man who is deeply focused on his purpose, on his mission, stands out. Most people drift through life swayed by the opinions and desires of others. But when you cultivate an intense focus, you become a force that others cannot ignore. Women are naturally drawn to men who are passionate about something greater than themselves. When you have a clear direction in life, when you are fully invested in your own growth, goals, and ambitions, you create a powerful aura of purpose. And here's the truth. A man with purpose is infinitely more attractive than a man who is merely chasing after a woman's affection. If she isn't interested in you now, it's likely because you have made her the center of your focus. And by doing so, you have diminished your own power. She becomes the prize, and you become the one who is desperately seeking approval. But when you shift your focus inward, when you make your own life the center of your attention, everything changes. Focus is not about ignoring her, it's about placing your attention where it matters most, on yourself. When you are deeply focused on your own path, you become less concerned with whether she is interested or not. And ironically, it is in this detachment that you become more attractive. Your focus on your own growth, your own life, sends a powerful message. You are a man who knows what he wants, and you will not sacrifice your purpose for anyone. This is the kind of energy that makes a woman think twice. She may not have been interested at first, but when she sees that you are a man with vision, a man who is not easily swayed, she begins to wonder what she might be missing. You become a rare commodity, a man who is not chasing validation, but is fully invested in his own greatness. The battle within, overcoming destructive emotions. But here is where many men falter: destructive emotions. Anger, jealousy, neediness, and fear can quickly unravel all the progress you've made. If you want to make a woman miss you, if you want to create that magnetic pull, you must first conquer the chaos within yourself. Let's start with anger. Rejection, or the lack of interest from a woman, often triggers a deep sense of anger in men. It's not just the rejection itself. It's the blow to the ego, the feeling of being unworthy. But anger, when left unchecked, is like a fire that consumes everything in its path. It pushes people away and leaves destruction in its wake. If you let anger control you, you will only reinforce the distance between you and the woman you desire. Jealousy is another emotion that destroys connection. When a woman is not interested, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. Why does she like him and not me? What does he have that I don't? This comparison breeds insecurity, and insecurity is repulsive. No woman will miss a man who is constantly doubting his own worth. Then there is fear. Fear of losing her, fear of not being enough, fear of rejection. Fear is paralyzing. It keeps you from taking risks, from walking away when you need to, and from standing firm in your own power. A man driven by fear is a man who is easy to manipulate, easy to dismiss, and no woman will long for a man she can easily control. So, what is the solution? It begins with awareness. You must become deeply attuned to your emotions, not to suppress them, but to understand them. When anger arises, ask yourself, what is the deeper wound this anger is protecting? When jealousy takes root, remind yourself that comparison is the thief of joy. And when fear creeps in, confront it head on. Fear loses its power when you face it directly. Mastering your emotions does not mean you do not feel them. It means you control how they influence your actions. A man who can face rejection without anger, who can see another man with the woman he desires without jealousy, and who can walk away from a situation without fear, is a man who commands respect. And respect is the foundation of desire. The power of absence. Once you have mastered your emotions, self-control, and focus, there is one final element that will make any woman miss you: your absence. This is the paradox of attraction. Often it is not your presence that creates desire, but your absence. When you are constantly available, when you are always chasing, you become predictable, and predictability breeds complacency. But when you remove yourself, when you create a space where she once took your attention for granted, something remarkable happens. She begins to notice the absence. She begins to miss the attention, the energy, the presence that you once brought into her life. This is not about playing games. It's not about disappearing for the sake of manipulation. It's about recognizing your own value and being willing to step back when it is not being appreciated. When you have the strength to walk away, when you can remove yourself from a situation without bitterness or anger, you create a void. And in that void, desire grows. Absence, when done from a place of self-mastery, is powerful because it shifts the dynamic. You're no longer the one chasing, you're the one who is missed. Your absence becomes a reminder of what she had, and it is in that space that she begins to wonder if she made a mistake. And once that seed of doubt is planted, it can grow into something far more powerful than mere attraction. It becomes longing. The path of self-mastery. So, how do you make any woman miss you badly, even if she's not interested? It's not through words or actions designed to impress her. It's through the inner work of self-mastery. Self-control keeps you from acting out of desperation. Focus on your own life makes you magnetic. And the ability to overcome destructive emotions ensures that you remain centered and unshaken, even in the face of rejection. But this is not just about making a woman miss you. This is about becoming the kind of man who does not need the approval of others to feel validated. It's about building a life that is so rich, so full of purpose, that others are naturally drawn to you, not because you seek their approval, but because you have found something far more valuable: self-respect. When you walk this path, you will no longer be chasing after affection or validation. Instead, you will be radiating a quiet power that draws people towards you. And in the end, it is this power, this mastery over self, that makes a woman miss you, not because you demanded her attention, but because you became someone she cannot easily forget. If you liked this video, please subscribe to this channel for more content on self-mastery, relationships, and living a life of purpose.